So Tesla's success wasn't just about making great electric cars, it was about securing government incentives. The US government provided significant subsidies and tax credit for electric vehicles, and Musk was positioned in that, and he benefited from those policies. He benefited from those subsidiaries. Tesla received 465 million loan from the Department of Energy, and the money is to be repaid in the money is to be repaid. I understand that. Okay? But it was repaid 9 years early. But he made such a massive deal. So yes, of course he'd be able to sort that out quickly. Probably got other funding from all these big organizations. So he leveraged the policy. He positioned himself to benefit from the revolution before it became mainstream, the EV, electric vehicle. Okay, so Tesla proved to have the ability to scale production faster than the competitors. He was able to repay the loans quickly. Tesla's early repayment of the government loans increased its credibility in the business world. Now we go into the military side of things, because I want to try and explain to you these contracts that he's got. But I'm telling you this so that you can look at applying for contracts which you're able to apply for. I'm not saying you'll be able to apply at this level, because I think there'll only be a small percentage of people that can do that, for example. And be careful, because if you're up against Elon Musk, you'll be up for a fight, for example. Okay? So Elon Musk, he didn't just stop with NASA. He also won contracts with the US military in 2020. He secured a $149 million Pentagon contract. This is a contract that he won in the place that he's working with Doge and his team, for example. And this is what I don't understand. If you've got it just seems as if it's bias. So I just want you to think about the expansion of SpaceX beyond NASA, securing defense, commercial contracts. He's offering an unmatched solution. He's also building trust through performance, for example, and this is in America at the moment, but also I believe he wants this to happen worldwide, with the UK, across the world, for example. And I remember listening and looking at a video. There was a gentleman in Nigeria that created an electric car. And it's still there today. For example, was it Nigeria, Kenya? One of them, I need to put the name there. And he created it without having all of this money at the fraction of the price. Just like how DeepSeek did things at the fraction of the price. So One thing that sets Musk apart is his willingness to take massive risk, whether it's building rockets that land themselves or producing cars at an insane pace. He pushes the limits. He really does push the limits. It's like he's on, I don't know what he's on, tell you the truth. His company is repeatedly proving that they can deliver, which is why investors and governments keep letting him in and betting on him. So, from near bankruptcy to securing some of the biggest contracts in history, Elon Musk's journey, it is a masterclass. His vision, his execution, his strategy, his positioning is something that we can learn from that innovation and persistence. And the calculated risk can open doors that seem impossible to unlock, for example. So another one that he did is that we're looking at this, right? So SpaceX and Tesla, for example, they've secured sustainable government contracts and subsidiaries over the years. And there's a recent report, SpaceX has been awarded approximately 22 billion in government contracts, with almost 15 billion that is been given from NASA, for example. And this is according to Reuters.com, okay? So additionally, Tesla has benefited from various government incentives, including the 465 million loan from the Department of Energy, which was repaid early. So, and this was according to, it says tagvault, for example, .org, for example. He's been given so much money that of course he'll be able to create these things. If you were given billions of dollars, you would create these things, wouldn't you? He's been given a very, I think at the moment, I think he's got a very unfair advantage compared to the other contractors, for example. So yeah, he has got government influence and he's able to win these contracts that are coming up. So what do you think that Elon Musk wants to gain from his proximity to Donald Trump? What do you think that he is looking to gain? Because years ago, they didn't get on very well, did they? They didn't get on very well. Donald Trump and Elon Musk did not get on very well. But all of a sudden, they're pals. They're great pals, for example. And Elon Musk is there talking when the president should be talking. And it just seems that there's this takeover in the White House and he's pushing these boundaries all the time, and the judges have to keep stopping it. They're like working around the clock. They must be exhausted with this because they're constantly fighting. People are losing their jobs. People are walking away. People have had enough. They're stressed. But what I want you to look at, because you may be in America right now or in the UK. We don't know what's going to happen when Trump and Keir Starmer meet in the UK, because all of a sudden, Farage is great buddies with Elon Musk. Did Elon Musk give Farage a big sum of money? And what contracts are they in the UK that Elon Musk can apply for, even though he doesn't live in the UK? For example, you can do things internationally, for example. But what contracts are coming up that we don't even know about that Elon Musk is interested in? Because I believe that there's some sort of invested interest in the UK as well as in America. And we will see in the next couple of weeks. But what I want to say to you all is that you can apply for contracts. Like I said, you can apply for contracts. There's the 250,000 fund that is being created for businesses. This can also help you in your business as well. If you're under 3 years, for example, if you're in the UK, for example, apply for contracts. If you're from healthcare, if you're a healthcare business owner, think about what other contracts that are healthcare related as well. Because as we know, West Streeting is trying to curb the agency spend within the NHS. And, we need to look at how best we can keep the flow going within our businesses, for example. What specialisms, like what made Elon Musk stand out is because he did things that were extraordinary. And you have to do the same as well. You got to be extraordinary. You can't just be generic now. You got to be extraordinary to get the extraordinary types of contracts. The government want to work with you, but look at things that you can do that's going to get you work for your business. I've mentioned it. It's not just workforce. It's not just nurses and healthcare workers. It's not just hospitals. There's other organizations that will give you contracts, first of all. Secondly, if you want to work with the hospitals, then look at what other contracts that they have available that you can supply staff to. Because there's a new type of contracting now. You see what Elon Musk is doing. He's got a game plan going on here. It seems like there's this whirlwind being created as some sort of form of distraction to stop you from applying for contracts, to stop you from getting money, for example. It just seems like this huge distraction is going on. And I urge you to look at the government contracts that are available to your organization that you can apply for. Like I said, there's a lot more to just providing workforce.